All right, my name is Alexander Palmestål. I record under the moniker of Mythologen, and I make pictures for people, whatever they need. First time I heard music that moved me like that was probably Technotronic Pump Up the Dance? Pump Up the Jam, yeah. I was 7, I think, and I heard that, and suddenly it was just the most amazing thing I ever heard, because I didn't know where the sounds came from, how they sounded like that, and it just hit me, and I just wanted to be in that moment because it sounded so cool. When I was really, really young, high school, I started working with Fruity Loops instead. And I just sent my demo everywhere, and I sent it to him and his label, Mythologen, and he was like, yeah, sounds great, I'll put it out. And that's how it sort of started. And then I realized I need a band. So then I called my old friend Mikael, who we had a project together, and asked him, do you want to form a band? And he was like, sure. And it's like, good, because we have a gig in a week. So we rehearsed, and that's how Pistol Disco started. Just us writing 7 songs in 7 days and then playing live. It always started with me and my friend Rasmus Svensson. Him and I were a bit bored in Berlin, and we started remixing tracks that we liked and put it out in our own name with the title. So it was like, but then we were called Die Neue Mythologen, and then the track name like Beyoncé and the title of that track. So it was a completely unreleasable music project. But it's really rooted in my love for remixing. You can take something that was meant for a commercial environment or whatever, and you could completely corrupt it into something else that is the same essence of it, but through another prism. So yeah, I think that is the essence of Mythologen. It's just like, take something that I love and try to, do my spin on it. Something like that. One of the most powerful combinations of imagery and music I've had was in Krakow in Poland. I was sitting on a balcony and I'm having a coffee and a cigarette. I was watching the nuns come out and they were going to the monastery, Krakow in the background, and this little monastery, and the nuns on almost queuing up to that and listening to discrete music by Brian Eno, and that really stuck with me because it was such an enormous, powerful feeling seeing that. You can't really put words to it. It's just how it made me feel in that moment, and an attempt to capture that and hold on to it forever, like a little diorama, you can be here right now. And hopefully, it's practical as well, people can dance to it as well, but it's just very much the idea of, for a moment, be transported somewhere else. Oh, I hate computers. I generally hate computers. I don't know, for me, I hear the difference. The drum sounds better coming from this one than it does coming from the computer. I actually did that a lot with an album. A lot of drums I run through this first and then sample into the computer again, and it just sounded better immediately. Had one track, we struggled with it because the drums sounded like shit, and that's because I had stretched them in Logic. But then I reloaded with the Digitac and just pitched them down instead, and then you got the full body and everything sounded right again, and it was a problem we had for 1 month was resolved in 2 minutes. So yeah, I like being hands-on. That's why I illustrated a lot with Illustrator and stuff like that in the end, but that made me depressed. That's why I started drawing with pens and papers again, because I needed to feel that it's physical. It's more fun. Put it short, you experience something.